Feast is a 2005 creature feature directed by John Gallagher. The patrons of a bar in the middle of nowhere get more than they bargained for when the building becomes besieged by a family of flesh-eating monsters. But before we get into this gross-out gore fest, I just want to ask that if you end up enjoying this video, then please think about hitting that like button and subscribing to my channel. It would really help me out. So thanks. Also, there will be full spoilers ahead, but if that doesn't bother you, then grab your pool cue chalk-flavoured popcorn and whip out your favourite street shark as we dive into Feast. So the movie begins with a car crash so quick we don't even know what caused it. But we'll find out later, so don't you worry. Sod it, I'll just tell you now, it's the monsters. The monsters caused the crash. Which, I guess is kind of obvious really, isn't it? Then we see this car pulling into the car park of an isolated bar, and it has a somewhat questionable bumper sticker saying, "My other toy has tits." Personally, I wouldn't go around telling folk if I collected Barbie dolls, but who am I to judge? You weirdo. Oh, and we're getting freeze-frame character introductions for every single character. So, of course, I'm going to make up my own instead, cause...
Y'all know me. Know how I earn a living.
And here's the first one. Inside, we see this cheerful soul sat at the bar. Also knocking around is...
You ain't got no legs, Lieutenant Dane.
Yes, I know that.
Who else we got? Oh yeah, we've got... We ain't done yet though. Next up is... We've also got... And he's talking to the bartender, who asks Dr. Clock if it was he who stole the jar of pickled eggs from behind the bar, and he's not very good at lying.
No, I'm not saying I ever had it, but I've definitely lost it.
Think we're done with the introductions? Think again, my impatient friend. Still got a few to go, I'm afraid. Seriously though, I'm not kidding. I even took a photo of it so you can have a look. What are you doing in there, you cheeky little fucker? Oh, and who replaced the white ball on the pool table with an egg? I've got a feeling this game is going to get very messy very quickly. Upstairs in the apartment above the bar, we see this kid whose mum goes with me at 50 for an unpleasant schlam. Back downstairs and Rollins is planning on giving Pheasant a ride to Pound Town, which is where she lives, right next to Shagsborough and Nailsville. But then... Oh no! I have dropped my replica of the One Ring from Lord of the Rings! Oh, that's not the One Ring! The One Ring is gold and inscribed with Elvish! Think I'll find my own way home, thank you very much. Meanwhile, Dr. Clock is trying to steal these beer kegs and is about as sneaky as me trying to get a baking tray out of the cupboard. Then we see someone or something outside heading straight towards the bar. But what could it be? A bloodthirsty monster? Or perhaps it's just another beer-thirsty patron who's got nowhere else to drink but this shithole.
Hey. You shut the fuck up.
Make me.
Everyone stares in surprise as he tells them the bar is about to be attacked by flesh-eating monsters. And unlike most movies, they actually believe him from the off as he's cleverly brought a dead monster's head with him as proof. So everyone says, "Well, you look like a certified monster slayer to me, fella. We're glad you're here." Well, I hate to burst your bubble, folks, but in a few seconds I'm going to get pulled out of the window and have me head bitten off. Yeah, I know, it's gonna suck, but hang on a minute, that's the same joke you did when Smule gets eaten in Deep Blue Sea. You're repeating jokes! I demand a refund! A refund? Ken, I haven't asked you for any money since ever! And if you're not a fan of me repeating jokes, then why the hell don't you come up with something? Eh? Alright, I will. Here goes. Oh, fiddlesticks! I have perished prematurely due to an unexpected decapitation. How was that? Actually, that wasn't bad, Ken. Good job. Oh, thank you. Can I do some more? No. So, Action Man is deader than a dodo and his corpse squirts blood all over Pheasant like a gory hosepipe. Then this lady walks in asking where her husband is. Oh, he's over by the window, but he's a bit shorter than you might remember. But there's no time to mourn as the monsters are trying to break in. And oh no! One of them's punched through Monobrow and given him a bad case of the wibbles. So he's a goner. Then this tiny monster bursts in and starts darting around the joint faster than the camera can keep up with it. Misery Squared tries to shoot it but misses because of alcohol accuracy. Before the wee bugger zips past her, cutting her leg off, which leaves her thinking, damn it, I knew I shouldn't have had that last beer. I was already tipsy, but now I'm legless. But that little shit ain't done with its savagery just yet, as it somehow rips off Ray and Soylent Ben's face in one fell swoop. He tries to save face by not complaining about it, but he needs to face the truth, and the truth is, he no longer has a face. Oh, and then Bart Ender accidentally shoots him, before looking up to find it rogering a Buck's head on the wall, which is downright obscene, and comically entertaining to boot. Bart shoots it off and it lands in the icebox, which Bongo shuts trapping the little bugger. The beasties outside cease their assault too, so everything calms down for a bit, and we get another freeze frame for Action Man's wife.
Beer me.
And geez, somebody doesn't know how to pour a pint properly. Talk about head. So me at 50 comes downstairs and they show him the severed monster head Action Man turned up with.
That's definitely one for the wall.
I put it up next to the spunky book and the trout anglerfish combo. Speaking of which, the kid's mum remembers that she left him in the closet upstairs, so everyone rushes up there only to find one of the monsters eating him! Which was a foolish thing for it to go and do because it is severely allergic to kids, so it sicks all over Dr. Clock. For ages. The kid's mum is understandably distraught as you would be. I mean, look at those curtains. They're ruined! Dr. Clock tries to get himself cleaned up and sounds like me when I tried Marmite for the first time. Our very bloody pheasant tries to get herself cleaned up too, but in front of Bongo and Lieutenant Dan, who can't help but stare at her. What are you two staring at? You're kidding, right? BME wants to make sure no more beasties gets in and says,
Let's lock this place down.
But I haven't got any locks left. I put them all on me shed 'cause that's where I keep most of me guns, eh? Oh, you meant it as a figure of speech, didn't you? Oh, I'm sorry.
So they barricade all the doors and windows, but then that bastard in the box starts kicking up a fuss again.
We have to kill this thing.
He manages to punch a hole in the box, so the kid's mum sticks her shotgun in it and turns the tiny tosser into Swiss cheese. How do you like that, you little shit? On a scale of 1 to 10, I'm dead. Then Rollins comes out with,
Maybe we don't need to fight them at all.
Yeah, why don't we just call them names?
aye, like Randy McNob.
Fucking genius.
But no, his plan is to stick the dead beastie on a pool cue and hold it out of the window to show the monsters that they aren't to be messed with. Thing is, they don't know the monsters are a family unit yet, and I can't see them taking too kindly to being shown their dead baby. And it's not, as they quickly snatch it off the stick and eat it before, and I can't believe I'm saying this, the monsters get their doggy on. And a new baby monster pops out because apparently they have a gestation period of instantly.
Hell, that gives him quite an edge.
Me at 50 then asks Beerme.
How'd you run into these things?
Then we see a flashback where she and her husband dropped off their daughter with her mum, but on their way home they hit one of the creatures which caused the crash at the beginning. So now all that's cleared up, there's only one question left. Why can no one pour a proper pint in this movie? Dr. Clock ain't looking too good either, as all that monster sick has started to make him go all manky.
I'm dying, alright? I am uppercase fucked!
I'm gonna have to use that next time someone questions my sobriety. So he decides to have a wee goosey out the window to see if the monsters are still outside. And because he's clearly not messed up enough, one of them breaks through the window and pulls his eye out, before another one of the horny buggers breaks through the wall and rips off Rollins' pant, which leaves him pantless. Minus pant, as in he had pant, but now has no pant. A short while later and Dr. Clock is having himself a gammy old sleep, when Pheasant decides to prod his cheek with an eating utensil just for the fork of it. Me at 50 then suggests having a trek upstairs as he has a CB radio in his wardrobe they can use to call for help. BME volunteers Bongo for the job with Bart and a newly upgraded pink pant Rollins as backup. So they go upstairs being as quiet as a stealth mouse, and Bongo goes into the bedroom while the others lock the door behind him just in case it all goes tits up there. He finds the secret room at the back of the wardrobe and gets on the radio saying,
Hello? Is anyone out there?
No.
But you just answered!
Shit. Okay, what do you want?
Please help, we're trapped in a bar besieged by really horny monsters!
Sorry, I can't help. This is a pre-recorded message. Bye.
Well, that was a confusing waste of time. Then the monsters start breaking into the room, so Bongo tells the others to let him out. But Bart ends up breaking the key off in the bloody lock. Thankfully, Beamy turns up and manages to jimmy the door open so Bongo gets out. And then they slam the door at the last second, which, and I swear I'm not making this up, the monster's meat and 2 veg gets stuck in the door.
Monster cock stuck in the door!
Ah! Help me, Sandra! I've got me knob stuck in the door! Oh, you daft bugger. I told you to wear pants today, didn't I? Who goes on a killing spree without pants?
Honestly, you really are a spanner, Nigel.
BME then cuts off its tackle, which rolls down the stairs and starts flapping around like mad on the floor beneath Lieutenant Dan. That's why you gotta keep your bits in check, am I right, fellas? You hear that, Brutus? I want none of this flapping around shit from you.
Whatever you say, boss.
Yeah, damn right. Bongo sorts it out with a tactical stomp, though, leaving a very gross mess on the floor. Well, the radio plan is a bust, so they need a new plan now. Manky Dr. Clock suggests someone could sneak out of the beer delivery hatch in the basement and make it to one of the trucks outside, then back it up to the bar and everyone can hop in and book it like an automatic effort. Oh, thanks, Ken. Not only did you steal one of my signature lines, but you censored it as well. Just helping you cut down on the expletives, that's all. Well, don't. I like the expletives. Also, I really like your ghost costume, Ken. It's really good. Oh, thank you. Though I'm not actually a ghost. I'm something far more scary. Oh yeah, what's that then? A killer bedsheet. Ooh! Anyway, they've got a new plan and they're going to need a distraction. So they channel their inner Bert Gummer and fashion some homemade bombs out of tins of tuna and Domestos or something. And they strap them to the corpse of Misery Squared. Bart tries to give Henry a gun, but he refuses, picking up a Danny Trejo instead and saying,
This won't run out of ammo.
No, but if Dead Rising's anything to go by, it will quickly break due to low durability, which is the melee equivalent of running out of ammo. Bongo finds a bear trap on the wall to use as a weapon, and shows us his sick moves. Bear trap attack practice complete. Let's do this. So BME and Rollins go down into the basement and make sure the coast is clear. But Rollins won't stop gabbing on about nout, so she says,
You need to be quiet.
I'm sorry. I talk when I get nervous.
I do this when I get nervous. Tell you, it's no wonder I get rejected from job interviews. Bongo and me at 50 drag the misery bomb upstairs next to the broken window. But oh no! She's still alive!
Help!
I'm sorry, miss, but we've turned you into a bomb, and bombs don't talk. Then she gets snatched out the window by one of the beasties, and one of the little monsters runs up and starts pouring a carton of milk into her mouth. She violently spits it out, but we all know what happens to a lactose-intolerant person when they get a mouthful of milk. That's right, they explode, which naturally sets off the bombs in a big cloud of dairy destruction. Now's their chance, so Rollins and BME climb out of the hatch and head for the truck, which almost immediately goes wrong as BME starts banging on the door wanting let back in. Meanwhile, Bongo and me at 50 have a wee scuffle over whether to tell the others that Misery Squared was alive or not. But then something bursts in the room and Bongo whips around and shoots it, only to find that he's just accidentally shot BME. Ah, well, I'm sure she'll be fine, it's just a little gunshot wound. Ah, well, I'm sure she'll be fine, it was only a 12-foot drop. Ah, well, I'm sure she'll be fine. She's dead, isn't she? Yeah, she is, yeah. So Bongo and me at 50 go back downstairs and everyone's like, what happened? Well, I accidentally shot her. Oh yeah, and Misery Squared was alive too. Unbelievable. But who's gonna step up and be the hero now? Oh yeah, it's freeze frame time again, baby. Then all of a sudden a monster arm bursts through the floor and right through me at 50, and he gets pulled under and munched. Bongo blocks the hole with a jukebox or something, but then they hear Roland screaming outside. Megatron goes to have a look and sees the monsters using him as a battering ram. The door is going to break any second, so they aim a ladder at the door, and when it opens they roll beer kegs down at them, which seems like a pointless waste of beer to me. Oh, except the wooden keg's got a pheasant in it, who manages to make it to the truck. Nice! Now she can pick them all up, and they can... Hang on a minute. Where's she going?
I'm taking this thing to Mexico.
Leaving everyone else thinking,
You son of a bitch.
Then the wall practically explodes and one of the beasties reveals its true form hidden under its dead animal Halloween costume. Everyone does their best to fight them off, with Lieutenant Dan even killing one with a bear trap to the head. Dr. Clock is too minging to be of any use though, so he gets his head splattered by one of them. Bart and Megatron manage to pin one of the buggers down with a board and she starts bashing its teeth out with the butt of a shotgun. But then Bart starts having a bloody heart attack because he's old and crap, before the beasties gore his throat to speed up the process. Then to finish off the fangless fiend, Megatron jams a fist in its gob and shoves her arm as far down as she can get it to choke the thing to death. It's really gross. So it fits in with the rest of the movie, I guess. So it's all over now, that's the end of the beasties, and to say the bar is a little worse for wear would be a bit of an understatement. But Megatron, Bongo and Lieutenant Dan survived, so that's all that matters. And it's daytime now, so they go outside and Megatron suggests that they go and find BME's daughter. But Jesus! Can someone turn down the sun, please? I can't see the end of the movie. Then, just as soon as they set off, the car stops working. Bloody typical. End of movie. And there we have it, folks. Feast is a batshit crazy, completely gross, and thoroughly entertaining monster movie. It isn't going to win any awards for originality or anything, but it does score some points for subverting expectations in clever and unexpected ways. I've got to say though, if I had to pick a movie monster I'd least like to go up against, it would be these things, and I'm not even lactose intolerant. So, Feast, what did you think of it? Did you like it? Did you loathe it? Let me know in the comments below while I turn off the camera.
Bye.